Awusuafo ne ahwefo emu bi akobade ba Unidek TV so send the day kan obodi answer betumi emi subscribe button no so no subscribe na for like na wetumi a share no wija comment was ne betumi.
You know, it's your boy Captain to the Planet. I'm here to talk to you about Unidek TV. Please subscribe to Unidek TV. Subscribe.
One dated 26th May 2026, and it reads, Right Honorable Speaker, I'm overspeeding. 2025, sorry. Absence from Ghana. Pursuant to Article 59 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, I write to formally inform you of my intention to travel to Abidjan on 26 May 2025 to participate in the 2025 annual meetings of African Development Bank Group, scheduled to be held on 27th May 2025, and I return same day. During my absence, the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, shall, in accordance with Article 68 of the Constitution, assume my duties. Signed, John Dramani Mahama. Honorable members, I have another message from His Excellency the President, dated 20th May 2025. It also reads, Right Honorable Speaker, appointment of justices to the Supreme Court. On 29th April 2025, I submitted my nominations by letter to the Judicial Council for appointment to the Supreme Court. The chairperson, Acting Chief Justice Paul Bafubone, on behalf of the Council, advised me on 5th of May 2025 of the suitability of my underlisted nominees for appointment to the Supreme Court. Names: 1. Justice Senyor Jamefe. 2. Justice Sir Dennis Dominic Ajay. 3. Justice Biel Simon Turbare. 4. Justice Philip Bright Mensah. 5. Justice Janapare Azua Battels Kojo. 6. Justice Hafisata Amaliboba. 7. Justice Kweku Tawia Aka Buafo. In accordance with my duty under Article 1442 of the Constitution of Ghana, 1992, I consulted with the Council of State by submitting the above names and their curricula vitae to the Council of State. On 7th May 2025, the Council of State notified me by a letter and a report indicating their suitability for appointment. Accordingly, pursuant to Article 1442 of the 1992 Constitution, I am requesting that Parliament consider and approve the appointment of the nominees as Justices of the Supreme Court of Ghana. Attached are their curricula vitae. Mr. Speaker, it is my respectful hope and expectation that the approval of the nominees will proceed expeditiously to enable them to assume offices as soon as practicable. Please accept the assurances of my highest consideration. Signed, John Dramani Mahama. Honorable members, I have copies of the CVs of the nominees, and I accordingly refer this to the appointment committee for consideration and report to the House. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I recommend that we allow the leadership of the Judiciary Committee to participate in the vetting of the nominees to the post of Supreme Court Justices.
Minority from bench, you heard the Majority Leader. What do you have to say?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in reference to our standing orders, we believe that subject matter committee representatives are always allowed to participate in such vetting or hearing. So I agree that reference should be made to the committee. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, please, member, are you on your feet? Honorable member. Well, I will call on the members of the Judicial Committee led by their leaders. I don't know the leaders of the committee. And I will try and give details so that you can get the specific persons involved. That is dealing with Appointments Committee, Standing Order 2175. (2171) details out the core members of the Appointments Committee. Yes, please.
Speaker, with respect, not to belabor the point, if you reference 2172, that with your indulgence, it says, amongst other things, the chairperson and ranking member and two other members of the relevant subject Matter Standing or Select Committee shall join. So, by extensions, we may not even limit ourselves to only the Judiciary Committee. By extension, we could even consider the Constitutional and Legal and the Subsidiary Legislation Committee. No, Subsidiary Legislation and Constitutional and Legal are relevant in this context.
Yeah. It was for good reason that I called on the leadership of the minority to respond to the application, because the application was specific. It mentioned only Judicial Committee. And your leader, represented by the deputy, submitted your position. Now, you have brought in a new application. It means that I have to listen to the majority as to whether they will agree that we add beyond the leadership of the Judicial Committee.
Mr. Speaker, I do not object to the Constitutional and Legal Committee leadership joining, but I don't think the Subsidiary Legislation Committee should join. So I agree with him to the extent that he proposes the leadership of the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee.
Honorable members, it's still important I read those provisions so that we are all clear as to who in particular is expected to be part of the Appointments Committee. 2171 says the Appointments Committee comprises the First Deputy Speaker as chairperson, Minority Leader as ranking member, the Deputy Majority Leader as vice chairperson, the Deputy Minority Leader as deputy ranking member, and the following other members. Honorable member, please, you are completely out of order. Members should know that you don't stand with your back to the maize. It's unparliamentary. If you want to whisper to a friend, you move to the side of the friend or the back of the colleague or friend and whisper. But your back to the maize shows disrespect to the authority of the house, which is the maize. Please. Honorable members, after these members of the leadership, we also have the Majority Chief Whip, the Minority Chief Whip, and 5 other members selected based on the numerical strength of the parties in Parliament. Two, the chairperson and ranking member and 2 other members of the relevant subject matter standing or select committee that join the members of the appointment committee to consider persons nominated by the president for appointment as Chief Justice and Justices of the Supreme Court, Ministers of State, Deputy Ministers, the Administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund, the Special Prosecutor, and other persons specified under the Constitution or any other enactment. More relevant is 2175, which says a member of the Appointments Committee or the leadership and the 2 other members of the relevant subject matter standing or select committee joining the appointments committee shall not be a minister of state or deputy minister or a minister or deputy minister designate, except where the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs is the majority leader. Fortunately, we don't have Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. So that one applies to situations where we have that ministry in place. So please, these are the members that will constitute the appointments committee to go into this referral. But the general rule that permits members to be in attendance applies. So any member of parliament can be in attendance, but definitely you have no right to vote. And subject to the permission of the chair, you may ask questions.
Abusuafoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ emu bi akɔbɛde ba Unidek TV so send the day adi kan obedi answer betumi emi subscribe button no so no subscribe na for like na wetumi ahye no wigya comment was ne betumi.
You know, it's your boy Captain to the Planet. I'm here to talk to you about Unidek TV. Please subscribe to Unidek TV. Subscribe.